Last shift at the Royal. Projecting myself into a soundscape more beautiful than your ideal lover's soul. During my last 12-hour shift at the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair, I stood, stroking the forehead and back of a tender black cow, the fair's grand champion, as it licked poignantly my palm and wrist. In the roaring silence of the late Saturday night, by its cage, vowing never again to gnaw, bite, chew, devour, congealed fear, vowing quixotically to be the unwavering, undefeatable champion of the veggie burger, the robust, charismatic missionary of beefless steak, until a passing, drunken farmer smirking cruelly to himself at the sight of us informed me that my new buddy would be available for purchase at my local butcher shop or supermarket by the start of the week.
Blow out your candles.
Tennessee, blow. Blow out your candles with a plastic medicine cap between your teeth, like a purple flower on a red table, and a sundial made of stone.
Blow out your candles.
With no cough to cover the sound.
Blow out your candles.
Tennessee, like a ferocious-eyed woman with one of her ankles getting bitten by an irate swan, or a Japanese mountain collapsing due to the fall of heavy rain. Blow out your candles with a thermometer in your mouth. Blow
out your candles.
Like a gladiator affrighted by the specter of a terrible review on opening night. Like old bedridden complainers and dazzling, implacable young shut-ins. Blow out your candles with a partly bandaged limb and a simple invention that changes everything. As tents are being blown off of their moorings, as a barman slips into his clothes for a summer hotel and impassively wipes our dirty table to raise to a new stage the edifice of modern life.
Blow out your candles.
Tennessee, like a carnival barker in the French Quarter getting higher than a flightless bird, or the suicide rate in Japan on the newly legal hard stuff, like the Witch of Capri entering a sea full of medusas, like two women galloping across a smoky, artificial music hall atop a mechanical horse, as if they were an intricate sand painting done by a Tibetan monk. Blow
out your candles.
Unencumbered by the man-made catastrophe and the attrition of the nod of Papa Time. Blow out your candles from the belly of a beached whale, from the mouth of a lion, a spacecraft, and snake.
Blow out your candles.
As Mother Earth has shaken many civilizations from her back, and the stage is slowly dimmed. Blow
out your candles.
As a strange inert figure of someone you once cruised at a bar drives out of the dense fog in an abdicated roadster with one of your crushed heroines to deliver their pale judgment by blowing out your candles, Tennessee, with a silent revolver.
There's something still wild in the country, something free. I'll be waiting outside my car. The fastest thing on wheels in Two River County.
Aren't you going with her?
Crickets. There's something slightly eerie about sitting like a sick monarch, ignored by his physician, picking out a fruit and fiber muffin inside a McDonald's at 5:15 a.m., nursing a small black coffee without any sugar, with only $40 left to your name, when you spent the last 3 weeks sending out resumes for the most degrading, muse-crushing jobs, and only received a dead silence. And you've sent your best poems out. You've sent your best poems out to various poetry magazines over the last 6 months and only heard crickets. There is something truly depressing, I swear, about sitting in a McDonald's at 5:15 a.m., biting your nails because you're horrified, terrified you might be developing sleep apnea and losing your hair, praying for a passageway, a wormhole to another dimension to open up for you to enter. And you're waiting for the daily subway service to begin so that you can crash upon the couch of some shrill, benevolent harpy. I'm telling you, dear reader, sweet companion, there is something slightly scary about sitting like an ailing monarch, deserted by his physician, picking at a fruit and fiber muffin inside an empty McDonald's at 5:15 a.m. when the crescent moon is still in the sky and you're nursing a small black coffee without any sugar. A free jazz poem for Joan Baez. It feels as if I knew you in a past life. You could have been my sister, enemy, lover, mother, girlfriend, ruler, or wife. All I know is that you're definitely a kindred spirit, but I can't remember us and our families dying from the plague, us being crucified upon the most crookedest of crosses, whoring ourselves on the cobblestone streets of Malostranna. Prague, I don't remember the love and stimulating pain that we experienced outside the Dali Museum in Figueres. Spain, witnessing the tomato and bullfights through the eyes of a drugged and drunken baby's brain. Clay labyrinthian coffin green, chrysalis black, the mysteries at Eloisis, facing the firing squad on a warm summer night, walking a radio around a strangled stick, the Garden of Eden, the black-hooded executioner shiny axe at the haunted Tower of London, concretizing liquid, wet leather, Arquetabassus. Wordless poems, us having blonde hair and blue eyes while living in Helsingborg, Sweden, the torture chambers of Venice, and the Middle East, us devouring bootleg liquor, gnawing hallucinogenic roots and berries, beaming up to an inaccessible land of Bergelmirs, Asuras, oceanids, and fairies, while picnicking in Central Park, New York, in the 1320s, hiding from the pork, moments of realization, really divining what sits on the other end of that fork. Me telling you, if anything were to happen to me or if I was to go, don't forget me, Joan Baez. Because even if I was trapped in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's, there's no way I could ever forget about you and our time as dinosaurs, leopards, insects, snakes, birds, monkeys, pandas, foxes, sloths, elephants, butterflies, penguins, Neanderthals, bacteria, trees, and fish, and the extended time we spent As a dying kid's wish, you can't even remember rogue zookeepers in Auschwitz, Mesopotamia, the floating world of Japan. When the black ships came, the Rugit liqueur, mists invading our ravaged forests, and the exploding plastic inevitable, you can't even remember red clouds, white skies, silver waters, black sand, gold moons, us being lynched by the Klan, crossing the Bering Strait, walking the plank, the basement of Studio 54, African tribal drums whipping us and our now extinct tribe into shamanic ecstasy. At celebrations of pre-logical existence, the Thelonious Monk, Schubert, the Vile Tones, Darlene Shrug, Duke Ellington, the Stooges, the Doors, and Sonic Youth live in the flesh, Nick Beat, Brandon Pitts, The Lonely Vagabond, Reg Hart, you sitting at home listening to this recording, and the Renaissance of the 2200s, the Resistance, the Human Being of 1967, Pink Floyd's Games for May, and that awkward life when I was the woman and you were the man. We've existed as casualties of the subhuman psyche since the very beginning of the idea of time. I have already squandered the platinum of our youth in this life. What do you think I'm going to do to the blood diamonds of our future? I can clearly remember the nebulous vistas of our lunar Earth. Us self-exiling ourselves along the seashores of that other world. Studying the heraldry of Finn folk. David Bowie and Nine Inch Nails touring together in 1995, the St. John, St. Vitus dancing mania of 1518, you dating Steve Jobs and Bob Dylan, and you locking arms with me after your performance at Roy Thompson Hall.